All right, so let's go on to the next one, and this one I really want Alex's opinion on, and that is, can eSports, electronic sports, really make it on TV? I'm talking like not internet TV. I'm talking like on TNT, ESPN, Turner Broadcasting. The reason why I bring up ESPN and Turner Broadcasting, they're actually starting to no potato salad and mergers and acquisitions. Actually, that's a lie, Craig. I could make potato salad in your game and try to kill someone with it. But anyways, do you think that electronic sports can actually sustain itself on the TV? Because right now, I mean, there's very rare exceptions where you'll see some stuff on like ESPN3 or perhaps even on TV once in a blue moon, but most of it's on Twitch. So if the move was to go to TV, could it be sustained?
So this is my opinion on it. First off, you're talking to someone who works for the Weather Channel. So we built an entire TV station off of weather.
Woo!
So
tornadoes, man.
Yes and no. I think it can be sustained on its own thing. Do I think it can make it on TNT and ESPN during prime time? No. It's not. It doesn't have, I don't think people have the attention span for it. People barely have the attention span for soccer. Look how much soccer, like, unless it's the World Cup, people, they won't even play it on ESPN because people won't watch it. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just stating facts. But if there was its own station, I think it would have a decent following. Are people yelling at me?
No. The music on the Weather Channel like 10 years ago was so smooth. I think it's been soothing. Yeah, soothing.
It still is pretty soothing.
Yeah, come on, man.
Who listens to Local on the 8s? It's the greatest music of all time.
But okay, so one of the things that the reason why I ask is that Turner's actually making their own TV station. I don't know in what capacity, but there's going to be a Turner eSports channel. ESPN is throwing stuff on ESPN3, and they did do, what was it? Heroes of the Storm. They did the final day?
I think they did 2 days, I want to say, on TV, actually.
Yeah, they did it on ESPN2. Now, of course, everyone, like, shat a brick about it that were like, what the hell is this? ESPN couldn't show anything better? But then if you compare it, and Zelius has a great comparison, is, you know, who would have thought that...
I did something right?
Who would have thought that, you know, watching poker on TV would work? And now it's, you know, everywhere. So why couldn't eSports work?
But how much of a following does poker actually have on TV?
Big enough for it to stay on.
It was there was a time, it's not anymore, but in its heyday, it was on NBC in the morning for like 2 hours.
But that took build-up, right?
It did, yes.
So they can't just, like, all of a sudden...
You know what really did it, though? Is, this is going back, it is like the 2000s, is Chris Moneymaker.
Yes.
Is, he came out of nowhere, and he was... So back in the... So the kind of history of poker, when, like you're saying, nobody really cared, was all, like, the veterans, the people who have been playing poker for years, and all of a sudden, some guy off of the internet, some nobody, won the World Series of Poker for millions of dollars.
Well, that's probably what it takes, right?
That's what it took. It was like a watershed moment where all of a sudden, bam, this guy out of nowhere, some internet dude, just a normal Joe like us, won millions of dollars playing poker. And all of a sudden, that's what got the popularity of poker to skyrocket.
Well, because think about all sports that aren't necessarily popular on TV. Like,
baseball. No, it is.
When there's like a crazy good 16-year-old golfer, people watch women's golf, right?
Yep.
Like, maybe it takes just someone out of the ordinary being really good and crazy good at eSports.
And to be honest with you, there potentially was a gentleman who could have held that banner, but as a citizen of Greece, you have to spend, I think it's 1 or 2 years in the Greek military. And so it's his time to go. So he's done. By the time he comes back, he'll probably have lost everything.
I mean, that's his prime.
But I think one of the biggest issues is with World Series of Poker is that there's they show like the big one, and they show all these different, like celebrity events and all these other events that build up to the World Series of Poker. One of the biggest issues with esports is that no one really has a set season schedule. Yes, there is a season for Smite. It goes from here to there to the World Championship. Same thing with League of Legends. Same thing with Dota. But I don't think there's that type of consistency that would build itself for like an ESPN or a TNT at this moment. Like at basketball, the start, the finish, and there's going to be a ton of different games. When you have these events, chances are, it's going to be like a little blip and then it's going to be gone. There's no real breakup either. When you have the smaller events that happen before the World Championships, they're usually back to back to back to back. So that's a 6 or 7 or maybe even 8 to 10 hour block right there, and there's no breakup. Where a basketball game is 2 to 3 hours, and then you move on to another basketball game.
But I think here's the other problem too with esports. You just talked about 4 different MOBAs in the span of 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when you go back to poker, you have a certain set of established stars. You have the Moneymaker, you have Phil Negreanu, you have, Johnny Chan. You have a couple of these 4 or 5 guys who are the established stars who you watch one of those World Series of Pokers, you know that they're going to be on it. Whereas if you watch Dota one day, and to a casual watcher, if you watch League of Legends the next day, it looks like the same damn game, but it's a completely different set of players. And I think that could actually be a really big inhibitor towards the popularity of esports. If you got basically 4 different big MOBAs, and you're going to split your audience between the different games, and also the popularity of the potential stars for those sports.
Right, and I think you're right. There's so much similarity for just the look of the game, where a casual observer wouldn't be able to tell, and if they tried to tune in one day for League of Legends and the next day for Smite, they would be, and they kind of understood what was happening in League of Legends. Chances are there's going to be some similarities because it's MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena, but there's going to be enough differences where people are going to get confused, just like you were saying. So if you look on ESPN.com, they've got an esports section. It's got League of Legends, it's got Dota 2, and it's got Hearthstone. Which, for the life of me, I will never understand how Hearthstone continues to. It's okay. Yes, it's Magic the fucking Gathering for the computer with Blizzard theme to it. But I just don't understand.
It's popular.
I know, but at the same time, I'm just I guess it's pretty close to poker. I mean, it's a card game where someone's going to win, someo's going to lose.
Okay, I guess here's the other question: maybe this is more for Alex. Mm-hmm. We're 2016. Our generation is cutting the cord. By and large, how much does it really matter if esports makes it on to cable TV as we know it?
It doesn't.
And that's what I'm going.
It doesn't at all.
We're talking. It's
especially working for a TV station in the past. That cable TV is behind us.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely if you have it where you can stream and you can make money off of streaming it, that's just as good as making it on TV.
That's true. And
most people in our generation are not even paying for cable anymore.
Yep, they're doing the antenna. They're doing. They have a Roku or Apple TV, and they're just streaming off of Netflix and Hulu.
The only
Comcast doesn't want us to.
The only thing right now, and I'm sure that it's changing by the minute, is that if your game, your tournament gets on TV, the potential money fall, the amount of money you could pull in from a TV versus just an internet streamed tournament is still greater. The gap is closing.
But yeah.
But if you get on the TV, you can get the bigger names for sponsorships, and ESPN paid a buttload to have Heroes of the Storm on there to Blizzard.
But if you make it big streaming, then they'll put you on that.
Right, but I
If
think
people could put House of Cards on regular TV, you know, like they would. I mean, if something is huge as streaming, huge in the streaming world, then they'll put it on TV. But that's a good thing that they can.
By the way, March 4th.
It's tomorrow. Wait, so midnight tonight? So do I need to stay up all night?
Do I need to call into work?
Do I need to go to work tomorrow?
Like, I'm taking a person day tomorrow. I'm marathoning House of Cards tomorrow.
I actually need to finish. Like, I already finished, but I think I want to rewatch. Sorry, we completely derailed. Part of the last season when she leaves him.
Oh my gosh. That was epic at the end.
Yes.
And then season 4 is just going to be. Have you seen the preview? It looks epic.
It's just amazing.
It's it's an allegory for the rise and fall of Rome.
There's actually some really hidden stuff in that show.
It's an option. Like Kevin Spacey, I remember like one of the first episodes. He's talking like shit about one of the other. No, he's talking like really nice to one of the congressmen, and then he breaks the fourth dimension. Looks like I hate that motherfucker.
I
and
love it.
And it gives you that stare of like the eat shit and die stare that Kevin Spacey can do, and just the way he does it.
Kevin Spacey's pretty much one of the coolest people.
He is like he was made for that role. Oh, it's amazing. That show's so good.
all right, kids, real quick, because we're running out of time. But
Yes, we are.
but the thing is, when you put it the difference between streaming.
And in different news, Donald Trump just made a comment about his private parts.
Fantastic. All right.
Are you sure it wasn't another ladies too? Because
Okay. Let's leave the politics outside.
I think we
already
can
went to
all agree about
House of Cards. All right. The thing is, at the end of the day, the bigger the sponsors have the deeper pockets, the Fords, the Chevys, the Cokes, the Budweisers. They're
you
on
can play
TV.
League of Legends in your car.
They're not in the streaming circuit for the sponsors. The sponsors for the streaming circuit are going to be the electronics, the Astros,
The Astros?
Yeah.
The Houston Astros?
no, dumbass, the Astro headphones.
What are Astro headphones? I've never heard those. I'm being dead
Please.
serious.
These.
I've never heard of Astro headphones.
Oh my God. Okay, apparently y'all don't watch the game. Here, I'll show you how expensive the Astro headphones are.
Are these like are these Beats for Dre where they're overpriced pieces of crap?
No, they're. I'll show you the damn thing. Okay?
I just got Boise noise canceling earbuds, and they're probably the coolest thing I've ever had in my life. Did you pay that much money for them? I was with you when you bought those.
Yes, it's $200 to $230. They're the top of the line gaming headphones for PC.
Dude!
Cool.
No way!
Yes.
Cool. Alright,
Anyways,
moving on.
so I'm just saying that yes,
I get your point. I get your point.
Alienware is on the streaming stuff, but at the same time, Alienware in comparison to, you get an Alienware commercial versus a Chevy commercial, a Budweiser commercial, a Miller Lite commercial just for shits and giggles, and let's say a Tide commercial, and then because cable companies and satellite companies love money, they're competitors' commercials because they have to pay extra. So there's a lot more money there, but the audience isn't there.